A Hat in Time is an interesting case for me. I had never heard of it until it was brought up at a D&D session from a friend of mine after we were talking about Sonic Forces. Most of you will probably know what I think about that game if you care to click on the card on the top corner to get some more clarity. And I was in my platformer's downfall phase. I was looking forward to playing Super Mario Odyssey when I had the money to buy the Switch, but at the recommendation from previously mentioned friend, I decided to give A Hat in Time a shot instead. Now this game had an interesting development cycle. Jonas Karlev, sorry if I got that name wrong, the director and main designer, launched the project as an answer to the short-listed amount of 3D platformers that no longer seem to grace the gaming market. And say what you will about that now, considering the plethora of indie games that pay tribute to late 1990s 3D platformers now, but that statement wasn't exactly under-exaggerated. The most you would get at that time were probably Sonic, Mario, and maybe Ratchet & Clank. This game originally started as a sole project in 2012, but would then grow into a group of developers spanning several countries, some of them being volunteers, including Grant Kirkhope as guest composer, and John Tron-Jafari Jonathan as a guest voice actor. With a humble Kickstarter campaign that surpassed the goal of $30,000, Gears for Breakfast finally released A Hat in Time for Steam users on October 5th, 2017.
Again, I had no real awareness of this game until it was actually released on Steam of October last year. And when I saw its cute PlayStation 2 aesthetic quality, I thought to myself, why not? I'll give it a shot and give you guys my impressions of it. Will it cure me of my platformer's downfall phase? Does this game like to harken back to the days of Banjo-Kazooie and Super Mario Sunshine? Let's take a look.
Our story begins with a young girl flying her spaceship on a journey back to her home planet. Her bedroom is home to a pillow fortress, she abuses the cleaning robot, and her ship for some reason has an unlockable window that allows her to breathe in space. While most people are content to call her Hat Kid, I am instead going to call her Classic Trucy Wright. Look, say what you will about Hat Kid being a little kid and the fact that Trucy has a different colored costume in the Ace Attorney games as a kid, you will never not convince me that this kid isn't Trucy Wright. Before she can continue her journey, a resident of Mafia Town, the orbiting planet she's passing by, demands that she pays rent for occupying their space. Not willing to pay toll to the Mafia maniac, said maniac breaks through her spaceship window, which causes all the locked timepieces and Trucy to fall toward Mafia Town. Rather irritated by the mess that she has been inadvertently placed in, Trucy makes it her mission to travel across Mafia Town and the 3 alien worlds collecting timepieces by performing a set of strange missions, such as helping this rebellious youth named Mustache Girl defeat the Mafia, assisting the rival Brotherbirds in winning the Golden Award by infiltrating both of their movies to reach ultimate stardom, performing deeds for this malevolent spirit known as Snatcher, and by traveling to different isles across the Alpine skyline to complete various island challenges. Each of these places have their own little stories to tell, whether it's to do with Mustache Girl's desire to rid her world of the Mafia, helping either the conductor or DJ Grooves win the Golden Bird Award, or basically doing deeds with a demon who goes by the name of friggin' Snatcher. Now the second and third world stories I can actually get behind because of all the witty and meta humor they throw in that ties itself to the world's predicament, but with Mustache Girl, she only appears like 1 or 2 times in Mafia Town, you defeat the Mafia leader, but after you refuse to help her alternate time for her ambitions, you become enemies, yes, but you don't actually see her again until the endgame. She's just forgotten, and honestly, I didn't really care about her motivation to bring justice to the world. I've had my share of discussions in anime commentary about the concept of justice more than enough times from Death Note, and granted, that's not a subject this game tries to tackle. It just wants you to soak in the different world's environments and laugh at all the tropes and tributes the game pays to the days of late 1990s to early 2000s video games. Now, I've never really grown up on games like Banjo-Kazooie to really know if the style of comedy they mimic from that series is the same, but I do get a good chuckle out of it every once in a while. I didn't laugh hard, mind you, it was more of a simple, oh yeah, that was pretty funny, an acknowledgement of good humor when presented at the right time. Some of the voice acting in this game can be a little questionable at times, like I don't understand why Mustache Girl has that British voice, it almost sounds Australian sometimes actually, I don't know why. Regardless though, the presentation is actually quite good, though sometimes the models can be a little bit off. It reminds me of Mighty No. 9 a little bit because the characters don't really emote enough or move their lips up and down to really convince me that I'm looking at a lively character. Hat Kid gets a bit of a pass from me, as well as some of the more unorthodox looking characters because they just have more expressions and the voice acting in the rare cases can be very effective.
But how about that gameplay? After all, it is a 3D platformer, and while I may not have covered a lot of 3D platformer game series like Super Mario, I think with my expertise in 3D platforming, I think I can jump into this game quite comfortably.
And no joke, the instant I took control of Hat Kid, I was in love with this control scheme. She could move around and rotate in a fluid fashion, her jumps, while floaty, gave me the right amount of height. The long jump was particularly useful for those ultra dangerous jumps. It all felt good. Hat Kid will eventually obtain a weapon she can use to fend off enemies, and it works quite well despite not having too many cases where you will fight enemies. Usually I try to walk around them and go for more of an athletic parkour kind of approach with games like this, and thankfully the wall jumping, in addition to Hat Kid's already smooth moveset, complements her agility. The main gimmicks to this game though is the different hats and badges that she can use to complete tasks or obstacles by switching between the different items. There's a hat which can blow up glowing objects with an explosive potion, a mask that can create solid platforms within your vicinity, a hat that creates an icy form on icy platforms to launch you to different areas, and even a hat that makes you run really fast! Yeah, check it out, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog! Think I can't make this jump? Yeah! Check your 6, cause I'm gonna dive bomb! Yeah, watch me make those perilous jumps, nothing can stop me now, ow! Ow, that hurt. As for the badges that you collect from this guy by giving him palms, you can obtain a badge that can allow you to land on the ground from a long distance height without damaging yourself, a badge that gives you a hookshot for some really fun platforming, a badge for hat ability cooldowns, or even a badge to drown all the unnecessary garble you don't care to listen to when passing by the common plebs. Some of the hats you collect do require yarn that you can find by any means possible, and if you happen across a ball of yarn for a hat that you already have, it's automatically used as material for whatever hat you're looking to create next. I had a lot of fun mixing my badges and hats to try out new abilities, overcome challenging but fair obstacles, or to just give myself that little challenge that I've been craving for. I don't consider this game to be hard, but that's probably because I have a degree in PlayStation 2 Mascot 3 platformers ass-kicking to thank for that. So if you have any degree of skill in games like Mario, I bet you'll feel right at home here. Though not all locations were too challenging, there was the one or two occasions where certain platforming moments somehow impeded me from reaching my intended goal, and I had to do a lot of experimenting to get by. Thankfully, it didn't alter my views on the game's level design, because this is actually quite impressively well done for an indie studio consisting of volunteers. Whether it's racing through the mountainous town of Mafia Men, solving crimes and meeting fans in the Bird Studio, doing deeds with Snatcher in his spooky forest, every level has its unique build of levels that test the player's timing, knowledge, and skill of the level's layouts to reach secrets and complete tasks given to them. I had a lot of fun outrunning the clock on the explosive train, chasing this pussy-ass motherfucker by the guise of a mud monster, and even to some extent avoiding the clutches of Queen Vanessa. This bitch legitimately freaked me out with how much she reminds me of the Scissor Man when that song plays. The visuals get distorted, it's just... ugh. Along with all the additional things you can do, like collecting relics to complete to earn rewards, and finding time rifts to complete these Sunshine-esque challenges, there's always something that a Hat in Time offers to give you that little extra layer of ice cream that makes this game all the more glorious to look at. Yes, I know ice cream is a weird allegory for this game, but damn it man, it's tasty and who doesn't like ice cream? Along with the fantastic writing and moments that I got to experience playing this game, A Hat in Time is a must-have addition to be considered for your Steam library, or maybe consider buying it for your Xbox One or PS4. I recorded this game off of the PC, and while I may not have had the time to try out all the mods, I'm not going to forget all the wonderful things I experienced playing this game, from creating a fun, fantastical marching band film, to blazing through the skies and the Alpine skylines, to avoiding Queen Vanessa in that goddamn mansion. No joke, I was legitimately, again, sweating through this whole thing. It gave me Clock Tower vibes. At least there's no stiff PS1 animation to gawk at or awkward point-and-click mechanics, so this instantly gets a pass from me.
Well, that certainly cured me of my platformer's downfall phase. And while this game may be short, it only took me about maybe 9 hours to complete. I know that may be long for some others, but for gamer enthusiasts like me, who play a lot of platformers, it's quite short. The asking price for it is actually quite considerable. Now, when we come back, we're going to be taking a look at something that is actually a little bit unfamiliar to me. It's actually where I start to step into some unknown territory. And this is a game that was recommended to me by a previously mentioned friend from the D&D group session. And we're going to be taking a look at One Shot. Not the most exposed game out there, but I figured, why not? I'll jump right in, see how it fares. Until next time, take care of yourselves, have a good evening, and as always, stay awesome, lovely viewers. I'll see you all next time.